episode of the 3 Count Out podcast. We have a lot to talk about this week because AEW went across the pond to London. They had All In, and it was a pretty successful show for AEW, I'd say for sure. We're definitely going to go talk about that. Also, this week is the start of, last week was the start of college football. This is the start of the actual season of college football, week 1. So there's games going on right now as we are recording this. So we gave our picks last week. We went over kind of like the big 4. We can talk about them again, kind of talk about these games a little bit. And then we have technically we are the pre-show for Bash in Berlin. That's a pay-per-view happening over. It's Gunther's pay-per-view. It's all about him, obviously.
The Gunther show.
It is the Gunther show. But before we get into the Gunther show, we have to start our show. My name is Era V1, and this week, I think you guys are gonna have a little bit better of a week for college football than I'm gonna have over on the Penn State side.
Well, hi. I am here after my blood transfusion. I'm Fire Guy Kev. I'm alive, doing well. Had to get all of that fucking lovely. Feeling? Oh, so much better. Oh, got a quick juice up. We're good. Whoo, boy, did I need it. I'm not gonna lie though. I don't remember a lot of that last podcast because I was all I remember is telling you guys there was a college game going on and there wasn't. So.
Oh yeah. You thought you were watching live college football. Yep.
Lost a little bit of blood that day, but it's all right. We got it back. We're ready to roll. I'm gonna be honest. I don't fucking remember what I picked, but I know that it's on the podcast, and that's all that matters.
Well, we have the picks. We'll go over it in a bit.
Oh, perfect. Because I don't remember.
And I mean, you were fun last time. You fought it. But it's been an eventful week for wrestling too, so it's gonna be a good one. I'm excited to talk about it. We have a lot of wrestling to talk about.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's gonna be a jam-packed one. And we'll jump in because we kind of mentioned it right off the top here, but this is week 1 of college football. So last week we gave some picks for Jackal kind of had like the top 4 games. So the 4 games that we were looking at this week, we have Georgia versus Clemson. We have Miami versus Florida. We have Texas A&M versus Notre Dame. We have USC versus LSU. So we'll kind of go down the line here because I have the document, so I know what everyone's picks were. So we all had.
That's good because I don't.
Well, yeah, we all had Georgia. We all had Georgia over Clemson.
Okay.
So I mean, I think that's I still stand by that. I feel like me especially last week, I know I was dialed in on my picks because for Georgia Tech versus Florida State, I was the only one to pick Georgia Tech, and your boy was right.
Yeah,
so I'm already up 1. I'm already up 1. Just saying. So I was dialed in last night, so I still feel good about University of Georgia going over Clemson.
Was that Ireland?
Yeah.
Georgia Tech versus Florida State.
So that's where Pat McAfee had the greatest show of all time.
Oh yeah, he
was.
It was something.
There was a video of him like holding a beer and like putting it to his lips, putting it down, thinking about it. He put it back up to his lips. He looks at it. He puts it back down. He puts it back up. He thinks about it, and then he throws it back. I'm like, that is somehow the greatest clip of Pat McAfee I think I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I know during like the pre-show, he like on ESPN the next day, he was talking about how much he drank, and I think he said he had like 27 Guinnesses or something insane.
Oh my god! And he was coherent.
Yeah, he was on TV.
I give the man credit.
I believe they said he threw up. I think they said he threw up at some point.
Oh, definitely.
Oh, I bet he did. I pulled up the show for a little bit on my lunch break, and he was already, because it was like an hour and a half into the show, so like the show was already halfway through, and McAfee was already gone. Like, man.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Man, this is
it was beautiful.
I mean, hey, that's what you get when you travel to Ireland with Sheamus. You know, like that's
Yeah. Why the fuck? Like, you expect him to be on game day, and then you're like, oh yeah, he's going with Sheamus.
yeah.
What the fuck were you thinking?
Dude, Sheamus is working the bar.
Yeah, you said
I would love for Sheamus to be my bartender.
Guy.
I love that Sheamus also had like only a couple days notice. Like it was like
A day?
He was just like, sure.
it
why
was
not?
it was like McAfee was saying that like he asked him on Raw or something, and then like, hey man, can you go to Ireland on Friday?
Like,
Huh?
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, why
I
not?
got nothing going on.
But that was great. So, all right. So we got a few more college football games coming up.
Yeah. So another one we had out there was Miami versus Florida. Now this is an interesting one because three of us we're sticking with Florida. But Jackal was over on the Miami side. I don't really understand his reasoning there, but I assume he has it. He's not here to defend himself, so that means we can just tear him apart on this decision.
Fuck. Sorry, I dropped my phone.
You dropped your phone?
I hit my toe. Sorry.
How come every time we record a podcast, something happens to you?
I don't know. There's a lot of shit going on over here. There's some bullshit going on over here. I can't tell you about it, but
Are you safe? Is everything okay at home?
Everything's great. Just anyway, so college football.
Anyway, Jack was dumb for picking Miami.
Like, was that like one of those ballsy picks that we're supposed to like understand or something?
I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. I don't really give a fuck about Miami or Florida.
Yeah, I don't give a
Well,
damn.
I mean, Miami has the chance of being good. Florida is decent. I don't know how their team looks this year. That could be a good game. It might be.
I
It'll at
mean,
least
you
be
know,
fun to watch.
it's football on the South, so you know it's going to be good football. But you know, who knows? And then we go over to the next game, which I mean, you know, this one's going to be good football because this one is Texas A&M versus Notre Dame. Mike, you had Notre Dame. Kev, you in your bloodied state picked Texas A&M. I followed behind you. And then Jackal picked Notre Dame. So I think that Texas is you know, they're always a strong program, and at the start of the season, like, you know, it's you don't really have any momentum. You know, like later in the season, you can have like, well, you know, we're coming, you know, we've won the past 5 games, we have this momentum heading into it. The start of the season, a lot of it is just based off of like how rabid is that fan base, and I feel like Texas A&M is that kind of better football program than Notre Dame. I mean, they're both extremely strong. I
don't know about better football program, but
I also believe this is in Texas, correct?
Yes.
That I don't know.
Oh, hold on, let me pull up. I'm not as prepared as Jackal normally is. Let me get the schedule. Where was it? Notre Dame, Texas A&M. It is. Yeah, it's at Texas A&M. So this is at Texas. So
that could definitely help out Texas A&M.
Yeah, that definitely. I think that definitely puts it into the Texas corner. You're going to tell me Texas A&M is going to lose a home opener no matter who it's against?
That would suck.
That would suck. Yeah. There you go. That would suck. And then the last game, kind of the big one here, USC versus LSU. Mike and Kev, you guys went with LSU. Me and Jackal went with USC.
Right,
to be honest, don't really fucking know about this one. I just followed Jackal in this full transparency.
You followed the man who said Miami.
Well, You know, Jackal's been going for a lot of
USC
points. You got to tie him up. It's a strategy here, Kev. Okay,
I guess that's fair. Yeah.
You guys are playing checkers. I'm playing chess.
is a good school, but Caleb Williams just came from there, so I automatically voted LSU. That's how I looked at it.
Just don't like Caleb Williams.
Yeah, no. With his attitude and the way he went about the draft, he can fuck himself.
What happened with the draft?
He started off when the whole draft started. He went, well, whatever team I'm a part of, I want to be part. Like, I want to have stock in it. He's like, I don't want to be a part of a team unless I can own part of it.
Oh, Jesus Christ! It's quite the fucking ask.
Yeah, the dude was just so full of himself, and it's like, dude, fuck yourself sideways, man. You're gonna be a rookie. Like the first time you get absolutely lit up.
Would you even say
somebody.
he was like top 1% of rookies coming in? Top 5%.
They reacted like it. They reacted like it, but no, I don't think so. And that's why, like, USC used to be one of those where I was like, all right, whatever, they're good. And then they had him, and I was like, oh, fuck that dude.
Immediately, you're like, it's fine.
I hate cocky football players.
It's fair.
Yeah. The ones that are like, I'm clearly a big deal. And it's like, you can clearly shut the fuck up.
I mean, are you though? Like, really? All right. Well, that'll be. So, what's the next game coming up out of those?
What, out of the 4 of those?
Yeah.
Well, let's see.
I think they're all on Saturday, correct?
Shit,
yes.
Are they?
Yeah, Georgia.
I was thinking it's kind of like NFL, where it's like they have a Thursday, they got a Saturday, they got a Sunday, Monday.
No, they usually leave like their Thursday and Friday games are for like the lower tier schools.
Gotcha. Okay.
That's why,
so like Friday is Temple versus Oklahoma.
Okay.
Yeah.
But so on Saturday, Georgia versus Clemson is first at noon. Then we have Miami versus Florida at 3:30. Then Texas and A&M versus Notre Dame at 7:30, and USC versus LSU is on Sunday at 7:30.
Oh, Sunday.
Yep. Yeah, the Modelo Vegas Kickoff Classic, it says. So,
of course.
Oh, my favorite.
But
just like all those bowl games that exist.
Yeah, I think the game that you guys are going to want to watch is going to be Michigan this week, because I feel like it's going to be a slaughter and it's going to make you guys happy, because Michigan's going up against Fresno State. So...
Oh, no.
Well, Kevin doesn't like Michigan.
No. Oh, no?
I like Michigan and State, but...
No? Well, I don't know if I have It's more of a Jim Harbaugh hatred, if I'm being honest. I think Jim Harbaugh is a whiny little khaki-wearing bitch, and you can quote me on that.
And luckily, he's gone.
He is gone. So it's like my hatred for them has gone down. It's just I like State because everybody likes Michigan, and I try to be different. But I'm not too different to be like I like Ohio State. Like, so it's like, fine. If they do well this year, cool. Do I think they will? No. Do I think they'd cheat to win? Maybe. But we'll leave it at that.
Well, Fresno's going to get absolutely massacred when they walk into Michigan State. So it's going to be, it's going to
Michigan?
be, University of Michigan, right? Mm-hmm, yep.
I would love to see an upset, but also if it doesn't happen, I'm not heartbroken.
Yeah,
I'm always happy like 100% of the time. When Ohio State loses, I'm happy. When Michigan loses, I'm like, cool. When State loses, I'm like, bummer. Anyway, and then that's about it. And then there's other college teams out there. My sympathy lives and dies at the Lions. That's it.
That's fair. That's a fair point.
My sympathy lives and dies with the Nittany Lions, which are going to be stepping in against
What about the Eagles?
Well, the Eagles too, but the Nittany Lions in college football. That's my alma mater.
Who do you love more?
Yikes.
Who do you want to win? Do you want the Nittany Lions to win the state championship this year, or do you want the Eagles to win the Super Bowl this year? Which one do you want more?
State
You only get
championship?
one.
What do you think they're playing?
It
High
wouldn't be the
school?
state championship. It'd be the national championship.
Whatever the fuck it's called. I don't fucking know. You know what I mean?
Which one would I prefer more, an Eagles Super Bowl win or a Penn State natty?
Yeah.
Ooh.
You only get one. The other team doesn't even come close.
Oh, the other team doesn't even come close. Just gets shut out.
Just shut out. One team gets shut out. One team wins it all.
I'd take a Super Bowl over a natty.
Okay,
That's
all right,
just
fair
me.
enough. All right.
But Penn State, I mean, hey, listen, they're not going to have a strong start this season either because they are. It's not looking great because they're going to be stepping into West Virginia against the Mountaineers. So apparently it's going to be hard.
If they don't win that, they should probably stop playing because I think if Penn State has a decent team this year, they should be able to take that no problem.
Yeah. Well, hey, Mike, you should know all about Penn State and coaching them to success.
Yeah, I mean, they don't have my team of era fire guy Kevin Jackal Joker though. So
it's true. Watch out for Penn State in 2029. We're coming.
Yeah, 2028 to 2020 or 2030. Penn State is fucking unstoppable and setting records left and right.
No, I mean, me personally, I hope that we come out of this weekend with a win. I would always like to start a season off with a win. Then we can get Penn State a win this weekend, and then the next weekend, hopefully nobody gets mugged in Brazil, and hopefully the Eagles come out of it with a win.
That's always the goal. We always go to Brazil hoping that doesn't happen.
Yeah, they did a press conference.
Disappears.
You say that. They did a press conference today, and this is like all my fucking Twitter was, because they were just talking to people. They just had a briefing yesterday about what they can and can't do in Brazil. And they were told with absolutely never, ever, 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 ever will they be allowed out of the resort with their cell phones.
Oh my God.
Yeah. They are not allowed to wear the color green, which is a very interesting stipulation when the game is the Eagles versus the Packers.
What the fuck?
The color green is associated with gang activity.
Oh, I thought they see green. It's like the Hulk, like Brazilians, they see green, they go, cabron, attack.
Yeah, they're not allowed outside without a security escort.
Yeesh.
Yeah, I don't know why you'd go to Brazil, but
God, it's like, hey guys, we're gonna have this really cool thing. We're going to Compton. We're gonna play like in the middle of the street where the Bloods and Crips fight. It's gonna be really cool and revolutionary, though.
Guys,
we
are bringing the NFL to the middle of Iraq. It's going to be amazing.
I don't think. I mean, I know you're trying to like expand the audience, but like, oh, Brazil, they have the shit football. Let's show them the cool football.
Give them real football.
Show them real football. But then, like, is it really worth it when you're like, hey guys, if you step outside the resort, you may die.
You may get kidnapped.
Just don't go out alone, and you'll be fine.
Yeah,
what do you think the ransom would be for a NFL player?
That there are so many cocky ass college players. They're gonna be like, I'm 300 pounds of pure muscle or fat. Fuck that! I'm gonna go out. I'll beat his ass or something, and then he's gonna get kidnapped and be like, whatever happened to that number 2 draft pick? Oh, you got kidnapped in Brazil. Bummer.
What do you think the ransom is for an NFL football player?
NFL or college?
Well, it's Eagles versus Packers, so this is NFL.
You're taking people that are used to Wisconsin weather and you're putting them in Brazil.
Yeah,
that's gonna go.
Take a bunch.
I'd say at least a fourth of his salary.
A fourth of his salary. Ooh.
So it depends on the player. So if it's like a big
gets
player,
expensive for like Jalen Hurts, that gets up there. Yeah.
See, that'd be bad. But if it's like your third string, you're kind of like, what?
Oh,
$20?
And hopefully they don't kidnap Jalen Hurts or Saquon. That would be bad. That'd be bad.
But no, it'd probably
be
get
the most bang for your buck, right?
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you're gonna kidnap anybody, you might as well just go for like the top 2. I mean, I understand, but
I wonder if at current this time and place, there's a gang going at like, all right. I don't know why I start that accent because I was nowhere close to what they sound like in Brazil.
They're Italian now.
Hey, let me tell you something. We're going through the Eagles are coming. The Jalen Hurts. we're going to kidnap him, and we're going to tell him we want $100 million.
He sounds like Dracula.
It's just it's happening right now.
Blood.
And then we'll tell him Dracula's my favorite superhero. No, that sounds like
you're Russian.
I do also believe that Brazil right now has just gotten to 1996.
Huh?
That's not a joke either, because a lot of places haven't accelerated the way other countries have. So I believe their style right now is like in the 90s.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck. So they just found frosted tips, is what you're telling me.
Oh no! Actually, I just saw a TikTok of some dude down south getting frosted tips, and I was like, "Oh no!"
Oh my god, they are 20 years behind us. God, what happens when they find the iPhone?
Oh no, man! Who knows? We'll catch up.
No, they steal those. That's why you can't go out, because they will jump you and take your phone.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. Yeah. It's not like they're not allowed outside of the resort because they're famous or anything. No, they won't be allowed outside the resort because it's like a risk to human life. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good
Lord. That's
bad. So hey,
anyway,
guys, there's this thing called wrestling we're also supposed to talk about.
I know that was quite the segue we went on.
Yeah. Hey, I mean, we listen. As long as nobody gets kidnapped, we'll be all right. And we have football in Brazil, where there's drug cartels and terrorists probably, and then you have AEW over in the UK where there's riots and shit, which is why they had to cut time.
Yeah, you just can't go outside past 10.
Yeah, but hey, listen, AEW All In happened. It was great. It was in Wembley. It was on. Okay, I want to start this off the top. Okay. There may have been some tweets that went out about AEW's ticket sale numbers, and I stand by those. A lot of legitimately people were getting pissed off about that. I'm not. I am not.
Making a lot of people really mad.
First of all, thank you for the engagement. Hello, welcome to the podcast. Welcome to Twitter. But second of all, I'm not trying to discount from AEW. Like, they still sold 50,000 tickets. My point is that they sold 50,000 tickets in the exact same arena where they sold 30,000 more tickets last year. So, I'm just saying there's a decline. But still, it was a very good pay-per-view. And also, we have to keep in mind that while we're critiquing All In, we're going to be sitting here and going, man, I don't know why they didn't do this. I don't know why this belt didn't change hands. We have to remember that that's because in literally 2 weeks, they have another pay-per-view, AEW All Out. And so I assume they'll be just booking it there.
Hopefully. I mean, because there were a couple where I'm like, okay, even storyline-wise, this doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah, so we had a bunch of great matches on this card. Some of them did make sense. I want to start off with the match that I think made the absolute most sense. We also joked about it, about there being like riots and curfews and shit, which is why they had to cut time. This was the match that they cut time from.
So we're not even going in order. Okay.
No. I want to start off. I want to start off with the match that made the most sense, because that's the segue here. So that is the coffin match between Darby Allin and Jack Perry. And the reason why I say this match made the most sense is because Jack Perry came in with a genius idea. I'm going to tie up his hands. I'm going to tie up his feet. I'm going to put him in a body bag. And then I'm going to put that body bag in a coffin, and I'm going to close it. They didn't even they didn't even tease closing it once. They just closed it. It was done. Boom.
It was the best way I've ever seen a coffin match end. I was like, that's the most rational way I've seen these matches end.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah. It was still violent as fuck. They still got their real glass spot in, because That was where the real glass thing happened, where it was, that was the All Out last year, where all the CM Punk and Jack Perry bullshit was happening.
The fact that Jack Perry agreed to that spot and then landed on it and was just full of holes.
Yeah, it was a violent match. Darby Allin got thrown off the fucking stage, probably a good 15 feet. That was insane because that stage was up high. That stage, All In, and allegedly the reason why they sold 30,000 less seats was because that stage was the Taylor Swift stage, so it was massive. So Darby Allin got thrown off that stage into a bunch of tables. That was the end that allowed him to... That was after he had already been tied up, so, the dude didn't have it hard enough. But, I mean, I guess, tie him up, fucking break his back, throw him in a body bag, close the casket, all good. And then we saw the return of Sting, which I'm excited about. I think, I hope he's... I mean, obviously, he's not coming back in a match, I would assume, because...
I hope.
Hopefully.
That was a nice big retirement they had for him.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he's either, just a manager or maybe just back for that night kind of thing, because, I mean, they were about to set Darby on fire, so I understand, you need someone to bail him out there. For a second, I thought maybe the body bag was a fireproof bag or something, and I was like,
that's what I thought.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god, they're gonna fucking I was like, all right, well, that's why they have the bag, but they wound up not lighting him on fire. Thank God. Darby's had a hard enough year getting hit by 3 buses now or whatever.
Not again. Darby
just having a typical Darby year.
He's just kind of got that kind of aura of Darby, not again. And then he does.
Please.
Wow.
You're not supposed to get hit by the bus.
But spoiler alert, the dude with the custom title that they just debuted, that they have for purely merch sale purposes, won. So Jack Perry's still the TNT champ, and now maybe going for the AEW
match, but it was a shortened match, but man, was it violent as fuck.
Yeah, it was a shortened match, and I understand that they needed to cut for time because they legally had to. I would have much rather them cut from another match that was here on the card. It's going to be the next match that we talk about for the FTW Championship, for the World Fuck the World Championship. It was Hook versus Chris Jericho. God, man, I saw a picture on Twitter that as soon as the Jericho match started, literally there was a line out the door for the bathroom. Out the door and down the hall of Wembley. Just so...
almost like nobody wanted to watch him.
Yeah, I mean, he made everyone's ears bleed singing himself down to the ring. He needs some fucking auto-tune is what he needs.
Oh my god, his entrance, I had to turn it down. It was fucking bad.
Oh, was that bad?
You've listened to Fozzy, yes?
Yeah.
Yeah, now imagine that, but I don't know, 40 years older, and he forgot what tone was.
Oh, no.
Here's the thing, Fozzy, so take it from, a music producer here. Fozzy is those vocals are so fucking produced, dog. Those are auto-tuned, those are fucking... There's 4 or 5 backing tracks to hit the harmonies, so Jericho doesn't have to. There's some... Jericho could never, ever, ever sing. They should have never let him do that.
No, that's just it. He used to be able to sing. I've seen him in concert.
Someone hit his throat?
When he was younger, all of a sudden,
fucking cardio.
When he was younger, you were like, oh man, because that was when he first started growing his hair back out and getting the tattoos and shit. When he really got into Fozzy, I was like, oh wow, Jericho actually has the 80s singing voice. You know what I mean? And then This was not that.
Yeah. No,
This
it
was like your dad waking up in the morning trying to sing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was bad. It was not good. And then, of course, unfortunately, the highlight of this match wasn't even the match itself, because the headline. I mean, yeah, the UK loved Big Bill, but unfortunately, the headline that came out of this match was during the media scrum. When somebody asked Tony Khan a question about the FTW championship and referred to it as a joke, then Tony Khan got all defensive, and then Taz went on Twitter and said, effectively, he didn't say it, but he kind of hinted at it, that the FTW championship is probably not going to be around in AEW anymore.
I'm okay with that. Too many belts.
Oh no!
Here's my issue with that. It died in Chris Jericho's hands. It would be one thing if Hook just outgrew the belt and he started winning real championships. That's fine. That's how I think they should have done it. It's just he wins the international title, and they just stop him having the FTW title.
That's fine.
Or perfect heel turn, have him look at his dad and fucking destroy it.
Yeah, like I feel like Hook should have been the one. Like, I understand Hook has the title now, and obviously that's the story that they're going to tell of Hook getting rid of it. But I hate that the reason why they're getting rid of it is because Chris Jericho made it a joke and made it for the world championship, which I understand. He's the heel. You're not supposed to like him. Blah, 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 blah. But
granted, I'll say this, and I don't think this is a hot take. I think this is pretty normal. I think that belt has always been a fucking joke.
Well, yeah.
Was that supposed to be a serious title?
You don't need to. The point is that you don't need to say that. Like, that should not be the viewpoint that the title has when you're sitting in a press conference with the current champion and the chairman of the company. But it's a completely rational take to have, because he just got it off of fucking Chris Jericho. Like,
yeah.
Like, that's the thing. Is like,
to be like, yeah, this belt means something when you just got it off of fat Y2J.
Yeah. And now the story is, well, we're getting rid of it. And like, I honestly, I feel like they should have just done like Hook wins a title and then he just stops showing up with the FTW title. And Hook should have the actual championship anyway. Which I understand, like, the FTW title has had stories and stuff in AEW and blah, 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 blah on it. Yeah, it's not, I'm sorry, it's not the AEW championship. It's not the AEW International Championship. It's not the AEW TNT title. It is the FTW title. There's no AEW in front of it, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I don't care. I've never once cared about the once you're like, oh my god, and the third match is the FTW title defense. And I'm like, okay, yeah. When's the next match though? Like, no one ever gave a shit about this title. It's just another belt that's just kind of there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, AEW has a couple belts like that, because another belt that has unfortunately fallen into the same kind of category is a belt that's just kind of there, which is really weird that AEW is in this category. The AEW Tag Team Championships. Because we had FTR versus the Young Bucks versus the Acclaimed in a triple threat for the tag team titles. You had FTR and the Acclaimed a week ago go the full 30-minute time limit on Dynamite. You had them turn this from a one-on-one match to a triple threat because of how good FTR versus the Acclaimed was. And then, after all of this, you have this amazing match. You have the Acclaimed working like they've never worked before. You have all this insane shit. You have, in my opinion, probably three of the best, if you had asked me at least 3 years ago, three of the best tag teams in the world in the ring. Unfortunately, the Young Bucks in this current evil EVP run, they just don't wrestle. They also book themselves to win. So the AEW Tag Team Champions, still the Young Bucks, still only going to wrestle, I guess, one match a year or whatever. This match did also see the introduction of the grizzled young vets from NXT.
From TNA lately.
Well, TNA and NXT, and it's kind of all around. So I've never really cared about grizzled young vets. Like, they're good. It's a good addition, but it's also like, why are you joining the AEW tag team division? Like, there's nothing there. The champions don't fucking defend.
That's the thing is, you debuted them. You had them attack FTR, right?
Yeah,
and then
not even the champions.
Didn't even do anything with the fucking champions. And then Matt and Nick Jackson are just still holding the belts.
Yep.
Even though they were not a part of any of the storyline leading up to the match they were in.
No, they're just evil EVPs.
So fucking useless. Yeah. Meanwhile, the Acclaimed could have used the belts and probably done something with them. FTR doesn't need them. It doesn't need to be in the picture right now. But it's because they have no other tag team.
Yeah, no, I 100% thought that the Acclaimed was going to be walking away here, especially making it like a triple threat. I was like, well, you can make the Young Bucks lose the titles, but not lose the titles, and the Acclaimed need the win. FTR doesn't need their 8th title reign or whatever. Like, they're good. But at the same time, they're a good team, where if you're pinning FTR to win the AEW Tag Team Championships, that means something. That's a big pin. So I fully thought that's where they were going, and instead they didn't. Power of the Reebok pump, I guess.
Keep us guessing.
I'm just so bummed that happened.
Yeah, you sound bummed.
I haven't watched All In. I didn't pay to buy it. The only thing, there's 2 matches I'm sure we'll get to. There's 2 matches that everybody said to watch. One is the MJF match. And 2 is the main event, which some people said was perfection.
Oh, yeah. We'll save the main event for the end, but we can talk about the MJF match now, because that was a great match. The AEW really American champion, God bless him.
He's not my American champion anymore.
Don't know.
Why did he
not
win
anymore? He got dropped on his fucking head.
Oh yeah, no, he did almost legitimately cripple Will Ospreay.
Did he really?
Yeah. He went for, they did a quick turnaround move into a pile driver, and he did not have been situated. And Will Ospreay's head just bounced straight off the mat.
It's all right. I'm pretty sure Will Ospreay has already kind of come to terms with, by the time he hits 40, he's just gonna be like a raisin.
Yeah, I think they're gonna probably end up doing to him. They're gonna do to him what they did to Kenny Omega, where they're like, all right, we'll let you go for a while, do all your cool flippy shit and moves that hurt you and other people, and then when you are almost crippled, we'll send you off to a lab to get you up.
They have Ricochet now, so it's
they do. They got a new flippy boy.
They got a new flippy boy
before they pretty much do the same thing to him.
They got Mr. Samantha Irving.
They do.
But yeah, I mean the MJF match. I mean, it was really good. Like, Will Ospreay had the Assassin's Creed entrance. I love that. That was fucking awesome. And MJF came out dressed like fucking Lex Luger.
Did you see that? The dude that voiced one of the assassins, or either that or made it, one of the two, reacted to Will Ospreay's entrance.
Oh, no, did he?
Because he was so blown. He was so blown away by it. He's like, I can't believe this game has done that much. He's like, I never expected to see this. He's like, it's so fucking cool. So Will Ospreay replied to him, talking about how big of an impact it was on his career, all this stuff. It was a cool exchange on Twitter.
They need to coming get out to Assassin's Creed 2 music would be pretty fucking hype.
Yeah, he came out narrated by Ezio. He was fucking he was brought into the Creed. That was what they were doing.
Which one?
Ospreay.
Yeah.
Oh,
The
sorry.
aerial
you said
assassin.
Ezio. You said Ezio. I heard Enzo, and I was like, ew, that little fucking New Jersey dude.
Oh, Enzo.
Enzo.
And this right here is
Enzo
Will
Flores.
Ospreay.
He's a really big flyer.
I wonder if he would
teach that.
I wonder if the UK would love Enzo as much as they loved Big Bill, because that was the one good thing about the Jericho match, is that the UK.
I feel like we
loved
generally
Big Bill.
love Big Bill because he's just a big depressed baby.
much
Enzo's
man.
just a twerp.
Yeah, he's Big Bill's great. He's awesome.
We like Big Bill. We don't like Enzo.
Dude, Enzo, I've just been seeing him on my fucking TikTok, and he's like doing the same shit, but he's like doing it in the back of a McDonald's, and it's like, dog, what are you doing with this? Like, buddy, that was supposed to be a character for TV. What are you doing?
Oh no, he's riding this bitch out to the end of days. Oh god,
Hey, Enzo, how you doing?
That sentence you just said did not surprise me in the smallest, slightest, inconveniencing type of way.
Yeah.
Anyway, so what match was next?
Well, yeah. So next we have for the TBS Championship, we had Britt Baker, DMD, versus Mercedes Moné.
Yeah.
It was good.
Oh, Mike sounded upset.
It was all right.
It was pretty cookie cutter, and
Yeah.
I'm so over
This
Mercedes Moné
This-
already.
this is one of those things where I want to say, remember they have another pay-per-view in 2 weeks. Because
Yeah.
Mercedes
Well,
retained.
I don't think she's going to be on it.
Really? You don't think Mercedes is going to be on All Out?
I think it's Mercedes. I think she'll be like, no, I can't do that. In 2 weeks,
See,
no.
I am assuming that All Out is going to be like Mercedes versus Britt, with Mercedes' heavy banned from ringside, and then they can just fight it out. I would assume they were going to do a steel cage, but we're getting a steel cage at All Out already, so I don't know if they're going to do two. But I assumed that they had Mercedes retain, so that way Britt can win it All Out. I don't know. I don't know why you'd pick a Chicago crowd over a London crowd for Britt Baker, but maybe they have an idea.
Where's she from? I don't remember. Oh, she's from
Pittsburgh.
Ohio. Pittsburgh. That's right.
Yeah, she's a Pittsburgh dentist. Just drive out there and get a root canal in 6 hours.
Oh boy.
I'm not. I doubt you could even get her as your dentist nowadays. I'm sure you can go to her practice and get booked. I doubt you're getting her as your dentist. Probably the only people she's still practicing on are probably people that knew her from before AEW times. I doubt she's taking any new patients. But we'll move on to an actually good women's match. It's, in my opinion, one of the best matches on the card. If the pay-per-view didn't exist, or if the main event didn't exist, I'd say this was the match of the pay-per-view. We have for the AEW Women's World Championship, Timeless Toni Storm versus Mariah May. And Mariah May is your new AEW Women's Champion. Gotta love it. Toni Storm's going insane.
Beautiful storytelling.
Match of the night?
Yeah, this was great. This was a good one.
I'm just surprised based off the last match.
So this one, well, like I said, if the main event didn't exist, I would say this would be the match of the night. The main event does exist.
This was the difference between actual storytelling and two women that were willing to go out and just throw it all out there versus the other match.
Yeah, like Britt Baker versus Mercedes Moné. You're like, this is an indie match, and they're fighting for a title. Timeless Toni Storm versus Mariah May. You're like, this is art. It felt like they were trying to kill each other. Like it was insane. And then,
all right, I can appreciate that.
You come out of this match. Not only does Mariah May now get a championship run, Mariah May is amazing, and Mariah May also, a little bit of storytelling with her. She kisses Nigel McGuinness, which causes him to have the comeback of a career.
Nigel
did
McGuinness
see that. Popped up. Yeah, we'll talk about that match next. Yeah, so Mariah May walks away as the women's champion, and then Timeless Tony Storm continues to find a way to like push this character along. Everybody, everyone's like, oh, it was a joke, it's a gimmick, it's only going to be a couple of weeks. And I would say Timeless Tony Storm is probably one of the most successful characters in wrestling.
I actually feel like that's fair.
Yeah, and now, she's right now she is apparently wandering the streets of London. Timeless Tony Storm just apparently left the arena, walked right out from the ring to the arena, and nobody has seen her since. Worth noting that she finished the match covered in blood. So right now in AEW canon, a bloodied Tony Storm is wandering London. So who knows where that's going to go?
I won't go on a rant, although I feel like this could be its own video itself. There are two types, I believe, of wrestling getting over. Now, there is the I'm over in the wrestling community. Like, if you watch wrestling and you're over, that's great. I'll say Tony Storm is in that category easily. And then there's transcending that, and there's being well known outside of wrestling, i.e., we'll call it The Rock. Or maybe even now John Cena. You could argue Batista. But, like, if it's got to be, I'm trying not to make it actors. I'm trying not to make it actors. I'm trying to make it your like Roman Reigns. I think right now is the only person.
Bryan Danielson.
I don't believe if I brought Bryan Danielson to someone casually, they wouldn't know who that is. But Roman Reigns, I feel like they would.
Well, it depends on if they watch reality TV. They would know Bryan Danielson if they watched reality.
Hold on. The Yes Movement, when it happened, was one of the biggest things in all of sports. It literally happened at every single sporting event for like 4 years straight.
But are those two synonymous?
It happened on TV at a Michigan State game. And everybody knew exactly who it was from. So yes, Bryan Danielson is the definition of what you just said.
We won't do this now, but we will do this later. I disagree, but if we do this now, it's going to be a very long conversation because this could be a really good one. So we will talk about this later.
We'll save the Bryan Danielson talk for the main event.
Not even that. But I want to actually talk about this whole transcending agreement because I feel like there's a lot to talk about. Besides that, though.
Okay.
I'm excited to watch this match. Anyway, what was the next? Nigel McGuinness came back, did he? Good for him.
Yes. Yeah, Nigel McGuinness came back I'm going to be honest. Last week, we may have been a little bit too harsh on this casino gauntlet, whatever the fuck it's called.
I think I said Shane McMahon was going to win.
Yeah, well, I said Shane McMahon was going to win. Hey, Shane McMahon still may be showing up. We don't know. They're teasing. They're teasing. If you watch Dynamite, they're teasing.
True. John Moxley said that Tony Schiavone doesn't own the. That's all I saw. But John Moxley said, "Hey, Tony Schiavone, whatever, you don't own this company anymore." You're like, I never did.
Yeah, I mean, and then at the end of the night, John Moxley beat up some black shirt security guys. Just like your random indie wrestler jobbers. And Marina Shafir showed up too.
On that point, on that point, we're kind of going off again.
Yeah.
Is he just? Are they using him to get Marina Shafir over?
I think it's a blood sport faction.
Oh, that makes sense.
So, because he came out with his New Japan theme, which immediately means that he's not supposed to be seen as a face in AEW, because otherwise he would have Wild Thing, because everybody sings along to that. So he's gonna pick his generic New Japan theme when he doesn't want people to sing along to it. So I really think they're doing like a blood sport faction. So I think I'm thinking maybe John Moxley, Marina Shafir. I think probably Josh Barnett will show up if they're doing blood sport. And then I saw other people on Twitter, I guess at the last blood sport, MVP showed up and said he wanted to make a deal with Josh Barnett. And they never touched it again. And so people are rumoring that they're like, what if it's MVP? I don't think it is.
If they put MVP in AEW, what's he going to do manage somebody again.
I mean,
Yeah.
Mox with a manager is a natural look for him.
Mox don't need a manager if I'm being honest.
He doesn't need a manager. He needs like a coach. Like Regal wasn't a manager for Mox, but like Regal would sit on commentary and like break down what Mox was doing and like act like a coach and act like he was doing tape review. Like that's what Mox needs. He doesn't need he needs like a corner man almost, you know? He doesn't need someone to fucking go out and talk for him or anything like that, but he's a fighter. But
was Mox on his pay-per-view?
No, Mox was
I didn't
not.
go that high pitched. Was Mox on pay-per-view?
No, Mox was not on this pay-per-view. Mox was at an indie booking. Yeah, so he was.
To be fair, it was like a half hour from his house.
Yeah,
that was very nice.
You know, he hasn't been on AEW TV. He got the fucking vacation he was supposed to get like a year and a half ago.
Good. All that blood.
Yeah, when he had to go back to carrying the fucking company.
Yeah, when he had to go back after fucking Punk fucked him over. But yeah, so anyway, getting back on topic here, the Casino Gauntlet match, fucking stacked, dude, stacked roster. This was where we saw the debut of Ricochet. I'm surprised Ricochet didn't win. This match also broke the heart of one Dandy Dragons because not more than an hour before this, Luchasaurus Kill Switch cost Christian Cage the Trios Championships.
God damn it.
And then this match ended with Kill Switch saying, haha, nope, never mind, and helped Christian Cage win the Casino Gauntlet match. So I don't know what the point of that was. It was just kind of a weird. I mean, I guess maybe it was to swerve people and got one over, but I feel like people wanted Luchasaurus.
What were the teams? Is it just two? Was it 2, 3 tags? Or is it multiple?
Which what? Are you talking about the
trios?
The trios. Yeah.
The trios?
Oh, the trio. Oh, boy.
Trio.
Yeah, the trios was let's see here. The trios was a London Ladders match for the Trios Championships. You had House of Black versus Pac and the BCC versus the Bang Bang Gang versus the Patriarchy. So you had 4 teams involved there. And your new Trios champions, by the way, are Pac and the BCC.
Yeah, I really thought the House of Black was taking that one.
Yeah,
I was like, oh yeah, for sure they're gonna win. There's no contest. Duh.
I also
was fucking wrong.
I thought Pac was gonna fill Bryan Danielson's hole in the BCC. I thought Bryan Danielson was. I thought Bryan Danielson was gonna lose, and then once he won, I thought he was gonna retire. But it sounds like he's probably filling Jon Moxley's hole. So
gross.
yeah. I didn't realize how I said it. But regardless, I mean, listen, Pac, Wheeler Yuta, and Claudio Castagnoli, not a bad choice for a trios team.
No, it's a great team. It's just they were like, oh no, we're throwing Pac with BCC. Fuck it, put belts on them.
Yeah, no, I mean,
okay.
I am a publicly announced, well established House of Black fan. So I really would have liked for House of Black to win. At least the Bang Bang Gang or somebody like that. I feel like the Pac and the BCC feels pieced together because we're saying Pac and the BCC. We're not saying the BCC. So I don't know. It felt like a kind of pieced together team. I mean, I guess we'll get used to it. Obviously, I have no idea who's going to take the titles off of them. I hope House of Black just gets another shot somehow. But we'll see, because hopefully they're on the All Out card somewhere. Yeah, really, honestly. Malachi should go back to fucking WWE, because nobody liked him more than Triple H.
Sure.
I feel like
I think he
will.
Hopefully.
They all kind of transition back and forth, and I feel like he's one of those guys that Sadly, only because he didn't do huge in AEW, I feel like he will go back to WWE, but he's not exactly getting the Cody treatment of he's going back to WWE and winning a world title.
No,
regardless of how much Triple H liked him.
I've been a big proponent of WWE getting trios titles. I think that they have an amazing, like, just multi-man division. Like, they have Judgment Day, they have Bloodline, they have LWO, they have all of these giant factions, and I feel like they need a trios title just so that way they stop passing around the tag title. I don't like the tag titles being in factions. It feels weird. Personally, I would like to see
they do it right, and they haven't.
Well, yeah, when they do it right, but then when you have Judgment Day hold the titles for a fucking 2.5 years or whatever the fuck they had it for, like,
yeah.
So I mean, I feel like if you're gonna have House of Black go over to WWE, because I do think it would be House of Black. I don't think it would just be Malachi. I feel like it would be Malachi, Buddy, and Brody King. And Brody King would do fucking amazing. Like, if they took House of Black and put them in NXT, Brody King would do amazing in NXT. So, I don't know if that's where they're going to put them or what the plan would be there, but I would really like to see them introduce a trios title with the House of Black. But we had Pac, Claudio Castagnoli, and Wheeler Yuta win. So we'll see where AEW is going with this. Who knows? I honestly, I have no idea. But I feel like AEW, like, the trios division is their thing. That's what sets them apart from WWE's, that they have it. WWE doesn't. So I'm interested to see where it goes. Because I feel like that especially usually gets a lot of attention on storylines and things.
That's fair.
And now,
we have, one match left?
Yeah. Now we can get into the main event.
The good
and then after this, we talk about Bash in Berlin. But the main event, the final countdown, title versus career.
Chef's kiss.
Listen, even though I was wrong in my pick, this match was perfect. It was. This match was perfect. You had Swerve Strickland playing the perfect heel. You had Bryan Danielson literally being fueled by the power of love of his family and his daughter, who was screaming so loud she was coming through commentary.
Oh my God.
Yeah, she was shrieking. Yeah. It's to the point where even AEW commentary was like, yeah, if you hear a little kid in the background, that's his daughter.
My God.
His wife and kids, Bree, was there. They were front row. And there
was a point. There was a point where Swerve, you know the stomp Bryan Danielson does on people's heads?
Yes.
Where he grabs their arms and just starts stomping on them?
Yeah.
So Swerve brought Bryan Danielson right down to where his family is and started doing that right in front of his kids. And his son started bawling to the point that like when Swerve took him away, Prince Nana went over and like danced in front of him to make him laugh.
I mean,
it got to the point where you were like, oh man, these kids don't know that that's fake. They think their dad's just being murdered in front of them.
Yeah, his daughter's like 9 or something, I think, right? Like
holy shit.
Listen, I said it when this match started. As soon as I saw them on ringside, I was like, yo, Swerve Strickland's about to kill this man in front of his wife and kids. Like, this is going to be... It's like, holy shit. This is going to be a hell of a match. And, again, I was wrong. I thought Bryan Danielson was going to lose. I thought Swerve Strickland was going to do this. Instead, we have Bryan Danielson saying, hey, you know what? We can wait on that neck surgery another couple of months. I'm going to make every match for, he said essentially when he loses the title, he's gone. Which means every title match is now not just for the AEW title, but it is also for the privilege of ending the career of Bryan Danielson, which is a hell of a weight on any opponent.
Let's go back a little bit because we had a couple moments in this match. One being Bryan Danielson just turning to his family, saying, "I love you," taking those kicks straight to the chest and just rising up. And you're like, oh shit. And then he goes and hits this running knee on a Daze.
Yeah.
Swerve. And Swerve just bounces off the turnbuckle and shrugs it off and just looks at him. And you're like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, the boss battle moment. Yeah.
Yeah. It went from like, okay, this is Swerve versus Bryan Danielson to this is Bryan Danielson fighting a god in here. And that was the point in the match where I went from, because I think I picked Bryan Danielson to win, that was the point where I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna be wrong. Like, here it is.
Yeah, you were like, that's it, he's no selling it. Here we go.
Wow. That match, like the ending and the emotion made me tear up. I wasn't ready for it.
And then of course, you know,
hit me just at
I was just gonna say one of the other highlights of the night is that Hangman running that we had too. You had, you know, the man fueled by spite. You wanted to cost Swerve Strickland the opportunity to beat Bryan Danielson, and
the man that
I feel like he did
every week.
Yep, yeah, sets up for All Out, sets up for their steel cage match. Everybody banned from ringside because of steel cage. AEW, they don't do escaping the cage. The cage is there to keep the people in, not to have them run out. It's a little bit different than WWE. So a cage match does mean something different in AEW. It does have a lot more of like we're going to settle this shit. So that was great. It was a great match. And, you know, where the fuck do they go from here is my question.
That's a valid question. I mean, I think you have to have, if this isn't the one that they finish off with, I don't know where you go from here with Swerve and Hangman. You know, I think this should be the final one.
Yeah.
So
who
knows?
Realized Kev. Oh, Kev.
I believe Kev had to go fight the good fight on the front line or something. You know, he's battling aliens. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, we're getting hacked by WWE because we're talking too much AEW.
Yeah, which means we should probably do our quick pick'ems for Bash in Berlin.
Yeah. So
we're already going on almost over an hour.
yeah, we hit an hour mark. So actually, technically, if you started listening to this at noon when this came out, Bash in Berlin has started 3 minutes ago. So thank you so much for giving us your time. Pause this episode. Come back to it after the pay-per-view. But let's get our picks for Bash in Berlin. Let's get our picks for Bash in Berlin, because at this point, that's all we can do. The pay-per-view hasn't happened for us yet, so we're going to get the picks in. And some of these matches look great. Some of these matches look like a filler. just saying. We'll start off with one of the ones that I'm not really, you know, I feel like out of all of the, I mean this in the best way possible, in the nicest way possible. I feel like this match means the least on the card. Okay.
Okay.
It's for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship.
Oh yeah.
We have Alba Fire and Isla Dawn versus Bianca Belair and Jade. Personally, I think this is going to be a Jade heel turn. Hello, Kev. Welcome back.
There we go. Okay, sorry.
There you go.
Back those aliens.
Yeah. Well, see, like I said, he was hacked by WWE because we were talking too much AEW. So now we're talking WWE. So Kev, we're talking about the women's for WWE Bash in Berlin this Saturday. It is happening right now as we are talking about it. Like as this episode is airing, like right now, it is happening. But for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship, Alba Fire and Isla Dawn versus Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill. Not Cora Jade. Jade Cargill.
How long have they held the titles?
Ooh, Isla and Elba.
Yeah.
4 months, 3 months.
Yeah, it's been a good couple of months. It's changed hands a lot. I was saying,
didn't Jade Cargill and Bianca already hold the titles?
yes,
Or no?
yes, they did. Yep.
Okay. Then my official pick'ems for Bash in Berlin is they are not going to retain, but the cracks are going to start to form for those two. That is my official pick.
You're talking about Bianca and Jade.
Yeah, sorry. The current champions will retain. Bianca and Jade will start to have cracks forming. Is my official pick.
That is my pick as well. That's what I was saying when you jumped back in. Yeah. I feel like Alba Fire and Isla Dawn are going to retain. They've only had it for a couple of months, and when they've had it in the past, because they have been tag team champs in the past, they've had it for a while. And they are, it seems, especially like with these international crowds, they're always really, really good with those international crowds. So I feel like they are going to keep that going. But yeah, I feel like this is going to be, if this is not the Jade Cargill heel turn outright, then I feel like it's at least going to be kind of hinting at it. And Jade is always better as a heel anyway. That's where she was comfortable. It's what she was for her entire AEW run. Like, come on.
She's established. People know who she is now. Now she can kind of be like, I'm a heel. It makes sense. Right. She's not new anymore.
She's had all of her matches up until this point have been her and Bianca showing feats of strength. So, like, she's established, right? People know she's strong. They know she can kick ass. Most people know her from AEW anyway, and they know she was fucking Goldberg over there. I'm absolutely
exhausted about seeing her in a tag. Yeah. So she is not a tag team person. Like, no. Cut the shit. Get her on her own. Let her do what she does. Because we need to see her versus Bianca, and we need to see her versus Rhea.
Oh. Yeah. So, that'd be a good match.
Big meaty women slapping meat, you know?
Yeah, for some fucking equality. And Rhea is on this card too. Oh wait, I'm sorry, Mike. We didn't get your pick. What's yours between the two?
You know, I'm going the same way you guys are. I don't know what the next pay-per-view is after this.
I think it's Survivor Series.
I think it is Survivor Series.
But I hope that they do more than just show the cracks. Like, I hope we get the Jade just full on beat down, kicks her head in, knocks Bianca out of the way for a bit.
She's got to hit that big fucking pump kick. Yeah.
Or they completely fucking swerve us and Bianca turns heel.
I mean, hey, Bianca's...
She could use it because her character is just twirling her hair and slapping her ass.
Actually, she's been that way for a while.
We know one of them's going to turn. My first thought was, honestly, it wasn't her, but that would honestly kill the whole John Cena, I'm a good guy, root for me, I'm undefeatable. Like, make her a heel might actually be the best thing for her.
Now, and it would be... Yeah. It would be something that people have talked about for a while. Bailey. Yeah, and people have talked about it a while with Bianca, too, of like, you know, whenever, especially like she's been showing up doing like the reality TV stuff, and she's showing up on reality TV without the giant braid in, because it's a hair extension. And I guess, you know, she gets in the way for TV or whatever, and people are like, damn, you know, if you take that away, that could be like a good heel Bianca, right? Like, she doesn't, like the braids, the fan favorite thing right now, she has to adapt. She can get into a more brawly style because she doesn't have the gimmick every time. Like, it could be good for her.
She cut her hair.
Yeah, cut her hair, change the look, right? Like, that's how you got to, when you make the change, right? So
might as well go all out.
No, all out's another cover. Yeah, that's next weekend. Yeah, we'll talk about that next episode. But Rhea is involved. We talked about her before as a potential opponent for Jade Cargill. She's also involved in a tag team match on this very pay-per-view. Because we have the team, the Terror Twins, the team of Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley versus the Judgment Day, which is Dominic Mysterio and Liv Morgan.
Now, real quick, we call them twins. They're 14 years apart in age.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
do with that what you will.
Listen, I like the pairing of Damian and Rhea. I feel like they were always like the two
How could you not?
stars.
I like the pairing. I hate the name.
Well, the names, who gives a fuck about the name? Who cares? Better than the fucking... They wanted to rename the new Judgment Day. They wanted to rename them the fucking Street Trash. It was Finn Balor's idea.
Yeah, that's fucking gross.
Oh,
yeah.
Gross. I'm just saying. I'm just gonna say it. The Twin Terrors sound a little too close to Twin Towers. I'm just gonna
Terror
say it.
Twins, not Twin Terror.
Whatever. Still too close.
They hit another. Sir, they hit the South Terror. Sir, they hit Rhea Ripley.
Oh my God, the South Terror is going down.
Well, that's it. I'm out for blood if they hit Rhea Ripley. That's it.
Wait,
right?
But no, I mean, I feel like this is just gonna be like the standard, like, make the heels look like dumb. Obviously it's a mixed tag team match. It's a WWE mixed tag team match. So like, the men beat up the men, the women beat up the women.
Well, and then Rhea will of course do one or two. Yeah, she'll do one or two moves to Dom as well.
Yeah,
of course.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because women can hit men, but men can't hit women.
I don't think
unless you're Randy Orton.
Gonna look dumb.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good point. That was good TV right there.
that was solid.
It's gonna be Finn Balor's he's gonna get involved. It's gonna be Judgment Day going over. I'm telling you now. But I just know that them going over, it just means that the payoff. I feel like we're heading towards a serious, if it isn't already there, honestly, flip. So like, I'm not really sure who the heels are here. Is it Judgment Day? Because aren't Rhea?
Yeah, Judgment Day. Yeah. Damien and Rhea are very firmly. You guys can like us now. It's all cool.
Aren't they tweeners though? They're not really baby faces. I mean, everybody loves Rhea, but she's still
they are more kind of in between. I mean, Rhea Ripley is still just kind of in it for herself, kind of thing.
But I just feel like it's gonna solidify the baby face Rhea. So definitely Judgment Day's going over is my official pick. Due to shenanigans, if I need to add it.
No, yeah, that is a good point because there is not usually the Judgment Day is split up between matches on the card, so they kind of don't interfere with each other's shit. But Judgment Day isn't on this at all. So yeah, you make a good point. I do think it's going to be Dom and Liv going over. That being said, I feel like I'm trying to think of what the spot's going to be between Rhea and Dom, right? Because there's going to be that's going to be like the big high point of the match, and I'm wondering what the fuck it's gonna be. I kind of hope it's like Dom getting put through a table or some dumb shit like that. Like just kill Dominic Mysterio. Just fucking
is one of two: a riptide through the table, or it's gonna be like something where she can win, like she's about to win, but she sees Dom and like goes for him instead. It's gonna be one of those two things. I feel like she's got Liv pin. She can do it right now, but instead she sees Dominic in the corner and instead she plans on like spearing him. It's gonna be something like that, is my guess, if it were to happen.
Yeah.
I think
also very wrestling WWE-esque.
Yeah. I'm also wondering if maybe do Damian and Rhea, do they have backup? I mean, they haven't really shown themselves like working with anybody else, but they know obviously they are very much aware that they're going to get jumped by the Judgment Day in this match if they're smart, right? Like they were part of the Judgment Day. They know how this shit works. So I wonder if they're going to have somebody watching their backs.
Line of 2 Civil Wars, which we have Bloodline Civil War, and if it's possible to have like Carlito join with them, then we have a Judgment Day Civil War. But is too many? Some might say yes.
I don't know. Yeah, but it's definitely going to be one of the more interesting matches, and one of the more violent matches of the night is going to be a strap match, because I don't remember the last time that we saw this in WWE. I don't remember the last time there was a strap match in WWE. But CM Punk and Drew McIntyre finally getting the no disqualification match that they should have had a long fucking time ago. I mean, I guess technically Seth's match was no DQ, but whatever. Regardless, it's a strap match in WWE, which they clarified means that you have to touch all four corners. So no pins, no submissions.
All right, if you're listening to this and you don't know what we're talking about, and somehow you're hearing this before the pay-per-view, go watch JBL Eddie Guerrero strap match.
Yeah.
Perfection.
Yeah. And I think that's going to be a match that they're pulling from, because these are two dudes that, like, they know wrestling. They're gonna reference matches with moves that they do, and I feel like,
yeah, absolutely.
Like, I feel like whenever you want to think of like a strap match where that's how you have to do it, where you have to touch all four corners, like that was the entire story of the match, was that they were fucking wrangling each other into the center, and like I like matches like that where it's a different objective.
That match is the standard. However, the first match, oddly enough, and this is probably just me, when I think of a strap match, I think of Punk versus Umaga at Extreme Rules in 2010.
Oh yeah, when he made Umaga talk.
Ooh.
Yeah, that is whenever I think of strap match, that's the first match that comes to mind, and that was a really good match.
Yeah, and CM Punk was in it, so this is gonna be a good one. Does that put? Oh, he won too. So does that put CM Punk as your pick? He got the experience.
Only because I never ever want to root for CM Punk, but just because Drew won in pretty decent fashion last time, I think this is where we go 1-on-1, and then there's obviously going to be the blow-off match. I don't know if it's going to be a Survivor Series War Games. This honestly feels like a Mania like blow-off match, but
yeah,
I don't think we're make that far.
Not War Games for this. You got not enough people involved.
I feel like maybe Rumble or something. I don't know. I don't think Drew's going 2 for 2, even though he should, because Punk's had him beat, like, honestly, the last like last 6 matches Drew's had, Punk's had him beat in some way, shape, or form. So I feel like Drew should go 2 over, but this obviously feels like a you beat me, I beat you, we're tied. Let's have a blow off. Kind of feels like we're setting. So I will be saying not clean. Hope to God not clean. It's going to be Punk.
Yeah, I think that as well, because has Drew even had a strap match before?
I don't think so.
Not WWE, one that I can think of.
No,
how do you know it's not his stink and it won't fuel him? Turn him on.
Those are far and few between, honestly.
Maybe he likes it. Who knows? Who knows?
Yeah,
we'll find out. By this time on Saturday, we'll know. But now I also have Punk going over here. I think especially it's not for a title, so you can have Punk win and kind of fuel along, because Drew can always be pissed off at Punk, right? Like that's you can keep adding to that fire, and Punk should be pissed off at Drew, and Drew should be pissed off at Punk. So, like, why would you stop it? These guys are putting on amazing matches, and you bring up a good point. That strap match that CM Punk had with Umaga, that is a very good strap match, and CM Punk had strap matches in AEW too, and they were great. He had dog collar matches here too, and they were great. CM Punk is great in these kinds of matches. So
I feel like it's definitely going to be a good match, and the thing is, with this match and the two we have not talked about, contender for match of the night, I can't tell you which one it's going to be.
Yeah,
and that's coming from a dude that just loves CM Punk, so
yeah. I feel like I still feel like it's going to be a great match. Honestly, I feel like it's a good feud. It's two good characters. One's a little kind of a whiny prick in real life, but that's fine. The match itself should still be good. Sadly, I'm going to choose Punk as mine. It is passion. It's passion. Panache. What the fuck are you looking at?
Sorry.
Jeez, don't look at him funny.
I thought I was looking at something handsome, I guess.
You might.
Jeez.
I look at this.
I'll just go about my business.
Fucking painting over here we have in our studio. It's fucking, I can't keep looking at me.
It's just Jackal.
Well, when its eyes move, You might want to
Honestly,
leave.
there's a good chance Jekyll's not here, right? Like he said he wasn't going to be here today, but this,
No,
I
yeah,
swear to God, this thing's followed me.
Yeah, Jackal, we sent him over to London to try to get some live coverage for AEW All In, but he got confused, and instead of going to England, he went to New England. I don't know where he is, but he might show up at a Patriots game, I guess. I
That
Oh,
makes sense.
he's going to see one of our friends or something.
don't know.
Did you guys give your official pick'ems? I know you did. Mike, did you give your official pick?
No, but it's probably going to be CM Punk, and I think I'm going to say this now. I think you're both going to be correct. For the sake of the show, I'm picking Drew.
Oh, I hope you're right.
Switch it up. Switch it up.
I
Hey, sometimes you got to do it. It's a strategy.
Unfortunately- Yeah, I just have to have a little difference in there.
Yeah.
I hope you're right.
So we'll see what happens.
And I mean, hey, what better way to make a Claymore more effective than to grab something attached to your opponent and yank it into the kick?
Ooh,
So-
that'd be a fun one to watch.
Yeah,
That'd be very cool.
that could, if you see that, now you know. But we can move on to the next match here. This is a match that we kind of talked about. Maybe there's a heel turn in the Bianca Belair Jade Cargill match. I think this match would benefit from a heel turn because we have Cody Rhodes versus Kevin Owens, and this
So
is
I
a
feel
weird
personally-
match. It's weird.
Is it?
Yeah, they're both good guys fighting for the title. Kevin Owens, the
Well,
prize fighter, doesn't want to fight for the prize. Why?
I feel like
if we're gonna do a heel
we
turn,
all agree. We all agree Cody's going to win. I feel like this pick should not be whether or not Cody wins. I feel like we're all on the same page that Cody's obviously
Cody
going to
wins.
win.
Yeah,
The pick
Cody wins.
should be, is Kevin Owens turning heel? That should be the pick.
I say yes.
I also
say yes.
say yes.
God, I want heel Cody so fucking bad.
Yeah,
I know,
but
but
he's not going to do it with the title, though.
I feel like he would do it with the title. I feel like he genuinely would. I feel like it needs to be longer into his title reign. Like he's held it for over a year, and it's like this is great. Roman held for this long, and he really wants that. He wants to hold it longer. Then that's where the blood comes out. Now, this is still kind of like the fighting champion Cody. He needs to hold it longer for that to happen. So I don't feel like that's going to happen yet.
I don't either. It's just what I want. I want Cody to realize he can't beat Kevin Owens, so he cheats or does something sketchy to win, like a roll up with the tights and the ropes or something, and wins that way. And he goes, "Hey, bud, sorry, I'm not losing my title," and it just starts to go from there.
Story.
Yeah, I hope that we see Kevin Owens really kind of pull every move out during this match. Like, I hope, let him hit a fucking package pile driver. Like, let him really go balls to the wall. Cody's kicking out of everything, right? And it's oh my god, what do I need to do? What do I need to do? What do I need to do? Then all of a sudden Kevin Owens remembers, oh, that's right, I'm Kevin Owens. And he just grabs ref bump or something, and then he goes and grabs weapons and starts, I want to get back to Kevin Owens being the guy that was just ready for a fight. And he was ready to do anything to win. Kevin Owens standing in the ring. Cody Rhodes is standing there with a title. Kevin Owens is standing there with a shirt that says prize fighter on it. And Cody Rhodes goes, I'm going to give you a championship match because you're my friend and you have my back and I'm going to give you this match. And Kevin Owens goes, no. As he has a shirt that says fucking prize fighter on it. You can't. Him saying no to this match makes no sense. And so I'm trying to think, how do they save that angle? And I see, listen, Kevin Owens is also a guy that's smart, right? He, we saw him, with Elias and Ezekiel and all of that. He's always calling out the bullshit. So maybe this is Kevin Owens trying to get in the mind of Cody Rhodes or so, Maybe it's something like that. Maybe it's just Kevin Owens going, hey, I said no, and then I realized why the fuck not, right? Like, why shouldn't I be the champion, right? He's had everybody's back the entire fucking time throughout all this bloodline shit. Throughout all of it. Cody wouldn't be champion if it wasn't for Kevin Owens. Why shouldn't Kevin Owens be the champion? Right? Like, and if you make him heel, then you don't have to have those interactions with Sami Zayn. You don't have to have those interactions with Randy Orton because they can put RKO together and then, oh, look, it's the initials. Haha. Like, I feel like Kevin Owens going heel would really put him in a good solo run. And I don't know when he gets the championship, but I feel like Kevin Owens gets the championship as a heel. So I hope there's a heel turn in this match. I hope that in the Bianca and Jade match, I hope it's like kind of showing the cracks. In this match, I hope it's like, you know what, fuck it, and he tries to kill Cody. I hope this match gets violent.
I want 2 heel turns. Bianca does her pump kick and then does her finisher. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. KO. Match is over. Cody wins with a lucky roll up. KO snaps after the match, does a pop up power bomb to the outside on the apron like he did to Sammy. And that's where we see him start to crack. And he just starts unloading and beating the shit out of Cody. And he goes, good luck having no friends. Leaves.
Yeah. Leave Cody alone. That could be a very interesting dynamic too, because Cody spent this entire fucking championship run flanked by people that help him keep it. Which I understand that's the story he's telling, that we're all in this together and blah 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 blah. But also, kind of looks like Cody can't win a match without Randy Orton or Kevin Owens right now. So who knows? Maybe.
I feel like the story's there. I'm excited. That being said, Mikey Luna has an answer because we're all Cody across the board. We got me and Era saying yes. He'll.
No, I already said Cody's gonna win.
Did
we already had
Cody
that,
win?
Yeah.
I know we all agree Cody's gonna win. Yes or no? Heel turn.
Oh yeah, I said there was gonna be a heel turn.
Oh well, shit. All right. Well, there we go.
Yeah,
we all agree on
he wants the
something.
heel turn. Yeah, we are all in agreement that this should be a Kevin Owens heel turn. So I can't wait for that to not happen, and then we just get to bitch about
here. It's Berlin, baby. I want to talk about Gunther.
Yeah. Yeah, the entire reason why this pay-per-view exists is for this match and this match alone. You have your WWE World Heavyweight Champion Gunther versus Randy Orton. God damn, dude.
This is going to be a fucking awesome match. I cannot wait. I think I'm most excited for this match just because Randy Orton is a fucking GOAT. Gunther with a freshly worn belt is going to be awesome. I am so excited for this inevitable main event. Duh, it's got to be.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
It's going to be Gunther. Like, there's no way they're going to have Gunther just win a belt to lose it in Berlin. There's no way on God's green earth that's going to happen. Regardless, I don't care because I feel like this may be match of the night if I had to guess.
Yeah.
Well, and
or maybe
you can tell they were just like
thinking.
They were like, who can we put in this match that automatically makes it important? Randy Orton.
Yeah.
That's exactly what they did.
How many world title reigns has Randy Orton had at this point?
15? He's at 14. He's 2 behind
14?
Cena.
14. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's going for 15. Like, yeah, what a fucking opponent. Jesus Christ, dude.
Right?
And they have the story from the last match where it was a fucky finish, and it's like, hey man, let's do fucking round 2, like yeah. And it was a great match last time, even with the fucky finish. Like
8 to 10 months into Gunther's reign, I'd say like maybe there's a good chance of this. It's a bigger story where Orton wants 15, Cody's 16. Like there's a good story there, but this is fresh. It's Gunther. There's no way. This is Roman Prime, 1,200 days into his reign on a fucking Monday Night Raw. It's Gunther across the board.
Yeah. Yeah. Gunther in Germany. Give me Gunther.
If he loses, I'll eat my underwear. Okay.
If he loses, I'll eat Mike's underwear.
If he loses, I'll mail everybody my underwear to eat.
I'm real excited for this match. I'm real fucking excited for this match.
The only way it could have been better, and not like better match wise, because I think Randy is going to pull out all the classic Randy shit to do this match. And the only way I think it could have been better for Berlin would have been if they also used Ilya instead and had it be NXT Ilya, not the neutered main roster one.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, but that's common. That's common practice. It's always you're a 10 out of 10 in NXT. You come to the main roster. Well, you're bent 4 out of 10. It just happens. Except for Braun. Well, actually, it did fucking happen to Braun.
I'm surprised Ilya's not on this card.
Right.
I mean, when Triple H says, "Yeah, I want 5 matches maximum," it really kills how many guys can fit on there.
Yeah, I guess, but like I don't know. Like, did Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley versus Dominic and Liv really have to be on this card, or could that have been an Ilya match?
Well, honestly, neither the women's tag match. That didn't need to be on the fucking card either. For being honest, you could have got that story out in a fucking SmackDown. Well,
yeah, okay. So the women's tag match is just because again, Alba Fire and Isla Dawn are very well received internationally.
Oh,
like I know you don't care about them, but they are a big fucking deal in Europe.
Well,
I know you don't care.
If we're also speaking internationally, they're Irish, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, the fucking Brits hate Ireland.
Well, they're not in Britain. They're in fucking Berlin.
I'm just saying, they're in fucking, the UK, aren't they? I don't really know if there's a geography difference there. I just know
Berlin's in Germany, not the UK.
Geography, whatever. What do they call it over there?
Germany's not in the UK, Kev.
They're in Europe.
yes, they are in Europe.
I don't know. I'll have to do my research later, but I'm just kind of like, they're Irish. Oh, they're in Germany. Oi, where's the Guinness? We don't fucking have it. We got haggis. Be like, oh, fuck me.
Yep, Italy. Still like them. The wrestlers. They just they're a European tag team. So when European wrestlers are in Europe, they're more well received than American wrestlers in Europe. It's fucking racism. Get over it.
We don't like all American wrestlers. Look at Logan Paul. He's from fucking Ohio. We hate that prick.
well, we have a lot more wrestlers to pick from than them.
I'm just saying, just because you're from some general area doesn't mean you got like. I'm getting off topic. Point is, I feel like the picks are very well set and to the point.
All right,
Let's
so Gunther versus Randy Orton. Everybody in agreement, Gunther?
Gunther, yeah.
Gunther by a fucking country mile. Gunther's gonna fucking... I don't know how. I don't know how, but do you... Like, what do you think the RKO spot's gonna be in this match? Because, like, Randy Orton has to always hit the RKO out of nowhere. Like, how is that gonna work?
Gunther's been doing his neck exercises.
Yeah.
Is Gunther going to kick out of the RKO, or is...
Oh, for sure, Gunther's kicking out of the RKO. Oh, yeah, buddy.
Is it going to be definitive, I kick the others, are going to be a definitive, what's his name, puts his foot on the rope? It's going to be something like that.
Oh, he's gonna kick the fuck out of the RKO. Yeah,
probably.
Yeah. Gunther's going to be a machine. He's going to chop Randy in the fucking ground beef.
I can't wait. That's going to be a great match.
It's gonna be match of the night, and it's definitely gonna be the match that that's gonna be where Berlin gets loud. I think they're gonna be loud for the rest of the show for sure, but that's gonna be a whole new level. It's gonna be, it's gonna be insane.
No fucking way.
Hey, what a fucking way! What a fucking title match!
Right.
If this is what we're getting with Gunther. Hell yeah. keep it going. Like, if we can, what's next for him after Randy Orton, right? Like, who's the next opponent? Like, I assume at some point we have to get Punk and McIntyre back in here, but I don't know, man.
And if you're watching Bash in Berlin, you might as well, watch NXT tomorrow, the next night. So you get a whole weekend of wrestling.
Yeah, NXT the next night, I'm going to be honest, we're like an hour and a half in, so we're not going to do picks. But NXT is on fire
just
right now. Yeah, no, and
watch NXT. Their matches are all going to be fucking great.
Yeah, their matches are going to be great. Joe Hendry's on it, so it's worth your time. I mean, Mike, we were talking about this the other day, but like, I don't understand how TNA is winning in this like WWE TNA deal. This is not equal.
Well,
I mean, yes, TNA is getting TV time, but at the same time, WWE is getting star after star after star after star after star.
But that's why, TNA, I don't think has a lot of good aspects anymore, unfortunately. And the one thing they're getting out of this is the one thing they never had. They're getting sold out, venues when they go there. I wasn't going to say like stadiums or anything because they're not putting that, but like where they're going, they're actually selling out now.
Yeah,
all because they're tied to the WWE name now.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's working, but man, I'm gonna be honest. Like, at this point, I am only watching NXT for Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry, without a doubt. So,
well, we got the big motherfucker Obafemi, who
Oba's Oba. I really, really hope. I know they have a habit of nerfing people when they bring them up to the main card. But like Oba, I hope he needs some time in NXT for sure. But when he gets up to the main roster, he needs to get a title immediately because he is the champion. Like he looks amazing with the NXT North American title around his waist, and he doesn't even wear it around his waist. He holds it in his fucking mouth. Huh?
Does anybody know the exact timeline of how long he's held that title?
Obafemi, a while, a real long while. I feel like he won it around May, right?
Yeah, I believe so. So 4 months, 5 months.
Yeah, hold on. Let me.
Honestly, it feels so much longer than that.
Well, that's because he's actually
up there for one of the longest retaining overall.
No, I think Wes Lee still has that, but I mean that's because NXT uses their champions the way you're supposed to. You're a champion, you're the face. That means you're on TV. Not you're a champion. Sit down in the back for the next 6 months.
Obafemi won the North American Championship on January 2nd at New Year's Evil, cashing in his breakout tournament contract. So essentially the Money in the Bank contract for NXT. So he cashed it in on the North American, but he's had it since January, and we're sitting here
9 months
at the end of August. So
yeah, Jesus Christ!
Yeah,
I say, I know we're not going into pick'ems, but I think he's facing the Don, Tony D, and if anybody's going to take the belt from him, it should be Tony D because Tony D needs one.
The New York Giants?
No, Tony D'Angelo, not Tommy DeVito.
Oh, not Tommy DeVito. Sorry, my bad.
Don of NXT.
And he's another one that when they put him on the main roster, they need to actually accelerate him and his, stable.
Yeah. Well, that's the problem with the Don is when you put him up on the roster, the entire fucking family has to come up with him. And
and then you have to be like, all right, you're a stable now. You're going to be the faction. You're going to run shit.
Unfortunately, with a mobster gimmick, you're kind of stuck to that. Like, you can't. Yes, you can have singles titles and singles careers and stuff, but like, some people are gonna be just the stupid goon, Like, some people are just gonna be stuck with shit like that. Like, sorry, bud, you're the lawyer. Like,
yeah.
But I mean, hey, they're making it work. I love the D'Angelo family. I think.
Fuck yeah.
I think they need more gold, more recognition. They've been in NXT for a while too, so I'm surprised that they haven't had more championships under their stable. But yeah, I mean, NXT's on fire, man. Like everything WWE, fucking great. if you have time and there's a wrestling show on, put it on. And like even AEW, like you're gonna get good matches even if the story's not great. So it's all in a good place right now, you know. Like yeah, some things are a little iffy for sure, but man, you compare this to like compare the people were talking about with AEW's numbers, right? People were talking about like tarped off sections and stuff, and of course, WWE was tarping shit off massively in like 2019 and stuff. And it's like, man, you think about like what WWE's product was like in 2019. You look at it now, and we're like, yeah, what's the main event for Bash in Berlin? Well, first of all, they're in Berlin. Second of all, like it's Gunther and Randy Orton. Like that's a fucking main event, So things are looking up for WWE and AEW, and we have a lot more that we're gonna have to cover because the football season is just starting up. Next week we have actual, real, they matter NFL games. They're happening next week, and then we also have AEW All Out next week. So it's gonna be another jam-packed episode. But I mean, woo! If you enjoyed this episode, go ahead and hit that like button, hit that comment, subscribe, do all that stuff. If you're on Spotify, there's comments, I think. I'm really not kind of sure, but let us know if you enjoyed it in the comments below. Let us know if there's anything you want us to go over, anything you want us to talk about. Make sure you follow, subscribe, all that stuff. If you're on Spotify, give that little 5-star rating. It really does matter. Even if it's not a 5-star rating, even if it's 4, even if it's 3, it should probably be 5. But hey, I understand.
Well, no, we want 4 more.
Yeah. Well, no, we want 5. We'd love 5.
4's a minimum.
4 minimum. 4 minimum, 5 maximum. But yeah, go ahead and leave all that stuff there and legitimately let us know because football's starting up, wrestling is gonna be always happening and always getting crazy and all that. So we're gonna have a lot of stuff a lot of content to make. I'm gonna have to strap in. But if you enjoyed me, you can find me over at twitch.tv/EraV1 or over on YouTube at EraV1 Music.
If you're also AB positive, you could follow me at Fire Guy Kev, where I've had my blood transfusion, but I won't be uploading that because that's my own thing. But I will be uploading many other things, just like wrestling, golf, and just so many things I can't think of right now.
If you, like me, find me here, listen to this, listen to only this, make this your life and your personality. Mm-hmm. If you didn't like me, that's okay. I am the painting in Kevin's study. I mean, that's definitely not me. Don't look at the eyes too closely.
I'm looking right at him, Mike.
Yeah, eyes forward. Don't look at him. Look at me.
Oh, see, I have to go to bed because I have to get up early at 4. So instead of doing this pin, I'm just going to go to bed. It's okay.
Oh,
Mike, I'm just going to crawl on top of you real quick and just kind of cuddle you, and for no particular reason. Because my arm's over his chest right now.
Oh, look at that! Both shoulders are on the ground. Nice. I'll just hold on. Let me give it a little night. I don't want to wake Mike up. Hold on. I'm gonna 1, 2, 3. All right, ring the bell.
All right, we're good.
Good night. Good night, everyone. Enjoy Bash in Berlin. It's already like 40 minutes into Bash in Berlin at this point.